Hello, Year Fives. We're here again, aren't we? But what we've tried to do is make this a bit of an exciting bit of a fun lesson. Hopefully you'll find it fun. Now, reading through some of your stories, some of you still are a little bit uncertain about speech punctuation. So this is a bit of a recap for you, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so bear with me. I am remembering how to share screens and things again. So here we go. WALT, use speech punctuation correctly. Now I'm thinking that this could be tricky, but let's give it our best shot. Some of you are going to be saying, well, why can't we just use speech bubbles? In formal writing, it just wouldn't look good, would it? So let's go to this video clip and see if you can do this. So that's, again, here we go. Mrs. Winchcombe trying her best to get this right. I know you'll forgive me because you'll like that. Okay, here we are.
Hi everyone, Mr. Smith here. It's time to learn about inverted commas. Here we go. When you want to write a story that's really good to read, and you've set the scene and characters, what more could you need? It's a piece of punctuation, showing what a person says. It'll make your writing brilliant in a load of different ways. They're little, and there are two pairs of them that sit aside your speech. They don't rest near the bottom, and they're not placed out of reach. They're little, and there are two pairs of them. They're an easy one to teach. You'll know when someone's talking, press inverted commas, show the speech. Now there's a few groovy ground rules that you're not allowed to breach. You must put a new speaker on a new line when writing more than one person's speech. Then place a piece of punctuation before the final commas invert to show that person's speech is over. One of these you must insert. They're little, and there are two pairs of them that sit aside your speech. They don't rest near the bottom, and they're not placed out of reach. They're little, and there are two pairs of them. They're an easy one to teach. You'll know when someone's talking, cause inverted commas show the speech.
Are you ready for this? Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go? Are you ready for this? Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go? Are you ready for this?
Are you ready, super movers?
Inverted commas should go, go, go. Are you ready for this? Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go?
I climb mountains high and stones down low, but inverted commas, I just don't know. So where did the inverted commas go? Well, place one here where the speech has started, and another one in where the speech has departed. Then punctuate. Who said it then? You can put this at the start or even at the end. John exclaimed, my hair won't grow. That's called direct speech, don't you know? Inverted commas, find your space. Punctuation, get in place. My hair won't grow, John exclaimed. It's the other way round, but it works the same. And there are two pairs of them that sit aside your speech. They don't rest near the bottom, and they're not placed out of reach. They're little, and there are two pairs of them. They're an easy one to teach. You'll know when someone's talking, cause inverted commas show the speech.
Take a look at this. Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go?
Where do they go? Tell me.
Take a look at this. Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go?
That's great. Keep it going.
Take a look at this. Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go?
Where do they go? Yeah.
Take a look at this. Do you think you can show where inverted commas should go, go, go?
That's brilliant. Oh yeah. I think you've got it now. You're doing really great. You can punctuate speech without a mistake. If you remember these rules, then you'll be all set to make your next story the best one yet. Nice.
Right, I hope you've remembered all that. Let's back to sharing our notebook. Today we're going to have a look, have the help of the Peanuts gang. Now, this was really big when I was young, so they've been around for donkey's years, but they're just a bit of fun. So I have included over here a little bit of a resume of who is whom in our Peanuts gang. We're only going to be looking at 3 different ones today. So here we've got Charlie Brown, good old Charlie Brown, and here's Lucy. Now, if you have a look at this cartoon strip, Charlie Brown is stood on some mound of some sort and he's saying, oh no! Lucy, oh no! I got it! Bonk. Oh, sorry about that, manager. My body just doesn't seem to want to do what my brain tells it to. I can understand that. My body and brain haven't spoken to each other in years. I can sympathize with that bit. So what's it going to look like written up? Oh no, exclaimed Charlie Brown as he stood on a large mound of earth. Oh no, yelled Lucy as she stared up into the sky. She began running with arm outstretched to try to catch the ball. I've got it, she shouted excitedly. The ball fell to the ground behind her. Bonk. Sorry about that, manager, Lucy said as she handed the ball back to Charlie. My body just doesn't seem to want to do what my brain tells it to. I can understand that, replied Charlie Brown. My body and brain haven't spoken to each other for years. Now, things to point out here. I'm hoping that you've all noticed that new line, new bit of speech. I've added a bit of description in there so that we can imagine what's going on. The punctuation for the speech goes inside the inverted commas. So here we've got commas at the end there. You might have decided that actually you would have preferred to have seen exclamation marks because there are exclamation marks there. That would be okay too. Depends whether they're shouting it or not. Exclaimed. I think I might need to change that. So here we go. Yeah. So I know you did editing with your SPAG yesterday with Miss Mortimer. And so I'm editing as I go along. This is good thinking, isn't it? Good practice to think and think, I can improve that. So, exclaimed Charlie Brown. I quite like exclaimed. It's a bit different to shouted. Yelled Lucy as she stared up in the sky. Do we want to repeat exclaimed? No, I'm happy with yelled. She began running with arm outstretched to try and catch the ball. I got it, she shouted excitedly. Are we happy with that? Could you improve it? I know. I think I would prefer to change excitedly to in anticipation. I think I'm going to keep excitedly as well. Need a comma after that though, won't I? I got it, she shouted excitedly in anticipation. The ball fell to the ground behind her. Bonk. Sorry about that, manager, Lucy said as she handed the ball back to Charlie Brown. And again, I think I might add disappointedly. Right, I'm happy with that. Yep, my body just doesn't seem to want to do what my brain tells me to. I can understand that, replied Charlie Brown. My body and brain haven't spoken to each other for years. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. So that's how I would write it up. So we've got main things, the speech punctuation goes inside the inverted commas. You might hear, there we go. We've got our ice cream van tunes going on. So after that, we've also got to think, we've added a bit more information so that we know how it's being said. We haven't just put said or shouted or applied all the time. We've got variation in describing the way these characters are saying things. So let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look at a blank one here. What might Charlie Brown and Lucy be saying to each other? Well, we can see there that he's got a stop sign and he's got a reflective band on. So presumably he's doing like a lollipop lady's job or lollipop person's. So what could he be saying there? I think I would be writing in the box, stop. Just a simple stop in that one. And then he might be saying, I'm thinking, wait until I say it's safe before you can cross, or something like that. Lucy is looking really bored and looking as if, I'm not going to listen to him. So maybe he's saying there are no cars coming or something like that. Charlie Brown is looking a bit despondent. He's looking a bit embarrassed as well, isn't he? So maybe he's saying something like, I didn't know there were no cars or something to that effect. Let's see what I had actually written. Stop, bellowed Charlie Brown. Do not cross the road until I say it is safe. Yep, I'm happy with that. There are no vehicles allowed here, Charlie Brown, said Lucy as she strolled across the road. Yeah, I think she's looking bored, so let's have a boring word like said in there. I wondered why I hadn't seen any cars for the past hour. I feel so stupid, mumbled an embarrassed Charlie Brown. Okay, I'm happy. I wonder what you would have said. I wonder what you would have written in there. I can't hear you, so it's pointless me asking you to tell me. But as long as your punctuation is correct, I'm a happy Mrs. Winchcombe. So now it's your turn. You will find a sheet that you could print off with a WALT and date slot up there. And what I would suggest you to is, first of all, actually write in what you think they're saying to each other. There's no really right and wrong answer to this, is there? You just fill in those speech bubbles. Once you've filled them in, Linus and Lucy are talking to each other. So I want you to write it up as formal text, as we have done in the last couple of slides. I'm going to be really looking forward to seeing these, and I bet I will get some results that will make me chuckle. So now it's over to you. Do your best with this, have fun with it. If you've got brother or sister there that fancies joining in and having a bit of a laugh about and throw ideas off each other, do it. Have fun. Okay, can't wait to see you next week. I'm going to make sure that I come in to say goodbye to you all, because I just have to, don't I? See you. Bye.